San Francisco CNN President Joe Biden hopes to leave his closely watched summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Wednesday with the U.S.-China relationship on a more stable footing after months of tension between the two superpowers. As conflicts intensify in the Middle East and Europe as he prepares to fight for re-election, Biden hopes to prevent another crisis from erupting on his watch. He wants to show not only the Americans, but also directly to Xi, why improving relations with Beijing is in everyone's interest ahead of the talks. U.S. officials were careful to manage expectations, saying they did not expect a long list of outcomes or even a joint leadership statement, as is customary after summits between leaders. Instead, main goal of talks appeared be re-establish communication channels, primarily through military, prevent kind of miscommunication or miscalculations that U.S. officials fear could lead open conflict. Before leaving for California, Biden said he would define success in the session as returning to a normal course with China. For much of the past year, U.S. officials have been laying the groundwork for this week's Biden-Xi summit. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang 3 times in an effort to re-establish diplomatic channels between the two countries. Of State Antony Blinken, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, Commerce Gina Raimondo and U.S. climate envoy John Kerry have all traveled to Beijing. The offers were also extended in the other direction, with China's top officials traveling to the United States to meet with their American counterparts. U.S. officials have said there are working-level consultations with Beijing, especially on sensitive issues such as arms control and maritime issues. Sources familiar with efforts say Washington has seen signs in recent months that the Chinese are beginning to accept wisdom of both countries working together to strengthen lines of communication and reduce misunderstandings. Now is the time for high-level diplomacy, a senior administration official said. Intense competition requires and demands intense diplomacy to manage tensions and prevent competition from escalating into conflict or conflict. I am trying to prevent tension from turning into conflict. The atmosphere surrounding the summit matched the risky moment. The exact location of the meeting in the Bay Area, a historic district called Filoli south of San Francisco, was announced only a few hours in advance for security reasons. U.S. officials said they spent hours talking with their Chinese counterparts about the choreography of how the meeting would unfold. China cut off military communications with the United States after then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last summer. Biden administration officials have since been working to restore the channel, but those efforts have been hampered by the tense incident involving a Chinese spy balloon that Biden ordered.